nice guys finish last, so I guess it's meaningful for me to start. One of you niggas could
Damn right
wrap
I
it
finish
up.
last.
Well, I mean, if one of you guys is gonna wrap it up, it's probably gonna be you.
I'm the guest.
That's not wrapping it up.
I'm a guest. I don't wrap up shit.
Being a guest is actually really good in sexual relationships because then you can leave.
Take a camera with you.
Yeah, that's funny. Oh, let me get my teddy bear. Today, working title is Relationships versus Relationships. If you didn't catch that, don't get off the video and try to figure out what the fuck it means. Just stay here, relax, figure it out. We're going to do some icebreakers here. None of the editing is going to get hard. Sorry, Future G. We had Chris McCandless, Shakespeare, Sam Walton, Audrey Hepburn. What do we want to
do? Where are we going here?
Well, we're starting off with a quote, kind of getting it popping.
Do Chris McCandless.
All right.
Don't know what that is.
Into the Wild.
Okay. Into the Wild is houselessness, excuse me, or
a matter of speaking, yeah.
Off the grid.
Off the grid.
Is it a book or?
It is a book. And they made it into a movie.
Into the Wild. Okay.
Okay. So Chris McCandless is an author.
No.
See.
His story was written by an author, a very famous author called John Krakauer.
He lived it.
He lived it. Yeah. Basically, in a nutshell, he was a kid who graduated college, gave up all his money, and decided to live life in America like as a nomad, seeking adventure. So, traveled all over the country, in various ways. Met a lot of people. His main goal was to get to Alaska, and he finally did. And he wanted to go out into the wilderness and live, old school, and bit off more than he could chew and ended up dying. But before he died, he made a lot of wrote a lot of stuff and took final pictures like, farewell, I've loved this life, and he kept a journal. And one of his last journal entries was like, I realize, happiness is best when it's shared, This living off the grid thing isn't really what I wanted. A lot of people have mimicked what he's done, with his lifestyle, Some people are the school of thought that what he did wasn't that great. I'm kind of that school of thought because he went out there so incredibly unprepared. But I also agree with his philosophy of don't get chained down with the shackles of life, like having a good job, wife and kids. Do what you really want to do, Yeah. And if seek adventure, then go seek it. But you got to do it, despite what people may say.
Get rich or die trying. 50 Cent, one of my favorite rappers.
Yeah.
But hey,
what's the quote?
Happiness is only real when shared.
See?
Hey, that's how you know.
That's a good start.
The good vibe.
I really like that quote too.
I mean, shit. You want to tell us one more time? Because I already had it written down, bro. You didn't.
That's serendipitous.
Yes, bro. Okay. So the good vibe tribe, vibrations, frequencies, kind of like a radio station, where you have to connect. You have to be on the channel to connect, and that right there, as we're gonna talk about. Yeah. Relationships and relationships is just an example of how it works.
Well,
and hey, you can't write this shit. You want to say, it's scripted, whatever. That was real. And at the jaw drop thing that I put that, yeah, bro.
I had a feeling that was what the quote was. I was like,
yeah, I feel like you glanced at my paper a little bit, nigga. I think I see.
No, I actually like that movie. I don't agree with the guy's choice of going about things, but it was a cool movie.
You can't agree with everything from everybody.
No, you can't. I don't believe you should take every philosophy or good lesson that you learn in life at complete 100% face value. This is the way to live life. This is the key to happiness. Maybe it is to a certain point.
And speaking of values, I guess the purpose of this whole conversation as you join us here with us is to share our experience and lessons from long-term relationships, both in romantic and platonic settings. And this is mostly a discussion because we're not experts on this by any means, but hopefully you can glean something from our experiences.
I'm not going to devalue us, actually. I'm going to read from the script. This nigga was trying to be too good to read from the script. I'm trying to stop saying nigga, my nigga.
Well, I just want to add one more thing, too. I'm going to talk a lot from having friends in relationships and observing, too. And also my family, my parents. Wow. Also being around relationships, observing them, because that could teach you a lot too.
That part, I'm going to listen more so. I've been trying to listen to G more Because he speaks rarely. When he speaks, it's like,
You listen.
he's the Dalai Lama and shit.
Yeah, you want to listen to me.
And then, you being a guest, I'm going to listen more as well because you're not here often. We pretty much manifested this.
We made it happen.
Yeah, bro.
We didn't just manifest it. We planned it, put it in action.
When the opportunity was present. You never have weekends off, bro. Retail?
Yeah, I know, right?
Bro, I
don't even like weekends off anymore.
Dog, but when you don't like weekends off, you do something that makes it better. And I am humbled that you're spending your Friday with us.
Happy to be here.
So, there was something that was said, and I can't find the notes right now, so we're going to go ahead and just...
Next week, lay them out on the table.
Bro, I was thinking about doing that.
Well, one quote I want to add to the Chris McCandless happiness quote, maybe we can talk about later. One of my favorite quotes from Abraham Lincoln. People are about as happy as they make up their minds to be.
Right.
So that doesn't necessarily mean I have to be with someone,
For sure.
Bloom where you're planted, There's great things about being in a relationship. There's great things about being single.
No, absolutely.
And there's trade-offs in both scenarios.
So speaking on relationships, Russ, what makes a relationship successful?
Well, we're coming out with the big guns, aren't we?
Wait, I'm sorry. I gotta it's better to do it earlier than later, right? So the purpose of this video is to share our experiences and lessons from long-term relationships. We have experiences, we have lessons. Both of us are in damn near 10-year relationships. You've had long-term relationships as well.
The longest relationship I had was a little over a year. My experience is different, but I've had flings, and I've also have friends like you guys who I've been around who've been in relationships. Also, I know it's coming from me. A lot of it isn't first-hand experience, but observing it and also I'm in a unique position because a lot of times being the single guy when my friends are, hi guys, when my friends, or even people I meet are talking about their relationships, they seem to confide in me a lot, because I'm like a disinterested third party. People divulge a lot of, intimate stuff to me, because of my relationship status, I feel. Being the single guy that just like, man, my wife, or my husband or whatever, or the fucking ex-wife. I'm like, okay, yeah.
You're the person that listens to drunk people at the bar, is what it sounds like.
It's okay. There's that part of it too, okay. Don't let them gaslight me, okay? But
I'm not. I'm
also,
just sober
people talk to me too, okay, guys?
Okay, probably because they told them.
Don't diminish me.
I'm not diminishing you, bro. I'm just saying, bro. But yeah, you do have a unique perspective in. I thought you were going.
I'm not an expert, guys.
I thought you were going to say platonic wise, because that's another topic too. Is
I didn't think of that.
Relationships.
Yeah, the platonic.
Not just being romantic.
Yeah.
The long term of those too, because I
have a lot of those.
Exactly. So you have more experience with relationships than you think. That's like putting the pussy on the pedestal.
I never thought of that. Wow.
Man,
that's one of the benefits of this learning.
Bro, what's this?
So why did this topic become relevant to us particularly?
And why is it evergreen? Why should you share this with people? Why should you hold this in your pocket? Because we're not trying to be current. We're trying to be everlasting. You feel me? We're reading from a script over here, baby. It's good. They took the time.
It's an outline.
Okay. If this is an outline...
You're seeing a relationship that's been here for a while.
You need to be in line, all right? No, but go ahead and take it, bro.
Yeah, I mean, this particular topic was relevant to me mostly just because from the recent travel I did before work. I went to a bachelor party in Houston. I went to Mexico with my girl. Different reasons for travel. Travel is a great part of relationships. We've also done Vegas trips. It's been great for our relationship as friends.
I kind of want your life right now.
I did get the time to, not being at work either, just helped me kind of delve and deep dive into this topic of relationships and how they operate within my life.
Okay, I want to take a note real quick. I left my note card over there. You said travel is important to relationships. I'm curious.
I would agree.
Diving
a lot of relationships, platonic, romantic, yeah. Being in unknown situations together.
Right.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, so exploration is what you mean.
Yeah, not like you both haven't been there before.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like Stockholm syndrome with the people that you're with, but in a good way.
Yeah. I know there's got to be another phrase for that other than Stockholm syndrome.
Bro, fuck the name, bro. Just realize the experience.
Yeah.
You know, that's what Neuralink's about. But people talk about that. We already have all that within us.
Bro, this guy put somebody on his will from.
He's still gonna be there.
So
I haven't figured out what he's gonna get yet.
He doesn't even have a will, bro. We should just kill him right now so he doesn't make that mistake.
And I leave all my fishing poles to Eric.
That's the power of travel right
teach
there.
me first.
Though, but
yeah, doing new things with people. Yeah, that's I guess fast forward a little bit. In relationships, I feel like that's when you realize it's love in an extent because you're trusting somebody to have a vulnerable experience, which is a new experience. But even with the new experience, you also learn new things about each other.
Mm-hmm.
Versus like, I know that person already.
Right.
Yeah.
We're evolving beings, always getting to know somebody.
Right.
That definitely helps.
Yep.
Yeah, but
Well,
why was this relevant particularly to you, E? And Russ, I'm curious, why did this topic bring you out here tonight?
You asked him first.
Yeah, so I'm gonna read off the script right here, okay? This could be our thing. This is gonna be my thing, I guess. Yeah, cause you try to freestyle, but I see you memorize it. We're social beings and need healthy relationships to thrive and reach our highest potential. A lot of us are naive, acquiesce, not fifth grade, or ignorant to how those around us affect self-worth and our actions, which can turn into habits. You know?
Okay.
So it's really about, we're social beings, bro. Hermits, you know, who knows if they survive? They're hermits. They have no friends.
Hey, there's some guys that live off the grid and happy as hell.
If a tree falls in the woods, does it actually fall?
I mean...
Okay, it falls, okay?
Well, wait a second. Just because the tree is laying down doesn't mean it fell.
Yes, it does.
Exactly.
Okay.
You know?
I don't have time for that today.
hey, you right. But you said something that, I mean, we've had several conversations, obviously. Cut the bullshit. The shit that stuck with me, bro, is you said we left nothing unsaid.
Me and my grandpa?
Yeah. And very few people
get that finality.
Yeah, bro.
That was our relationship. I mean, I called him up until I couldn't call him no more, you know? And
Yeah.
even when he was in the hospital and he was starting to slip, you know, he still had periods of coherence, and we picked up right where we left off, you know? And you said you sit in his bed like this, like you always do, like, yeah, work. I was like, oh, work. Fishing, you know? Just never ended.
Yeah.
All, friends to the end.
Yeah, I think that's the importance of relationships too, right? Is just get everything on the table as much as possible, and we're sorted out later.
Yeah.
How if we can do a puzzle?
Well, I never...
Just get it on the table, bro.
Never in my life was
do the borders.
Talking to my grandpa. I never in my life once had a, you know, was like, man, I really need to tell my grandpa this. Because we already said it.
Ooh, right. Yeah.
I never once used the phrase, I've been meaning to tell you this for a while, Grandpa.
So I have a quote. This reminds me of this, what we're talking about. It's, have symphonic relationships because it's not one note.
That's a real relationship. That's a real relationship.
Right. You might stick with this title.
Because I got some bar friends, you know, and we only hang out when we're drunk.
Right. Right. And I think this
I've
is
known some of these people for 6 years. I could count as many times in my head I hung out with them sober.
That's honestly a perfect segue,
Right.
that quote, because it kind of goes into the question, bro, like what makes relationships successful?
For me, I guess,
romantic and platonic.
Yeah, God, that's a big question. I'm going to try to keep it succinct. Communication, obviously. Honesty. I don't think it's one thing. So communication, honesty, and then a willingness to grow.
Communication, honesty, and a willingness to grow.
Like I know I'm giving you, like, you've told me stuff I needed to hear. I've told you stuff you needed to hear. And the key was we didn't get defensive about it, you know? And then we took it a step further and actually worked on it. And then we compliment each other on it afterwards. Like, hey, you used to do this all the time, and now you actually don't do that.
Yeah.
You know, that's growth.
Bro, it is. It's like quicksand where it's like, if you don't panic, you can get out of it. And there's going to be ups and downs in the relationship. Because you said that we don't get defensive about it. I was like...
We used to.
I'm glad he didn't say that I got defensive that one time. You know?
We used to.
Yeah, exactly. When you're learning a lesson, you haven't experienced it yet.
Well, sometimes it's hard to take criticism, you know, because you might feel you're being attacked when, you know, no, you're not, you know, and maybe they're not saying it away, but take a second and listen, you know.
And that's where we're at now, right? It's like making a mistake, which is something that you didn't recognize versus making a bad decision, which is something you know.
Yeah.
Good and damn well, you shouldn't have your hand in that cookie jar. Or on that white only pie. That was
Hey.
BTS. We need more cameras. Hey, share this video so we can get some more cameras or something. Hot damn. Hey, is this a real relationship or a relationship? If you're this far, it's getting real because you still here. You know.
Anything to add to healthy characteristics of a relationship?
I mean, Russ was right on point. There's values, there's morality, virtues, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, those were really good values that he put up. But you asked me characteristics of a
Healthy
relationship, you know. And characteristics are only created through repetition, habits. I gotta know your character from one movie.
That's a good question, though.
So reliability is inherent character of a healthy relationship.
Honesty is
reliability
too,
would be on myself by knowing Wendy or whatever her name was. I don't have to trust Wendy. I know Wendy.
Oh, Melanie.
I know that bitch.
No, I don't understand why you keep someone around your business. You can't even trust them.
I ain't gotta trust her. I know her.
I don't know what that means, man.
Well, you can't trust Melanie, but you can always trust Melanie to be Melanie.
Characteristics of a good relationship are being able to trust that the person is really who they say they are.
Trust.
You know?
There's the word. There's, boy.
Yeah.
There's the word.
Yeah, because trust is like the only thing you can really send out. Integrity is intrinsic. Communication is intrinsic. The other thing you said.
Trust is like vulnerability, though, too. Like, I'm trusting that they're not going to, do this or end up here or,
Bro, right.
That's you being vulnerable. That's the risk we all take.
Yeah, and vulnerability to a certain extent.
This is a good segue into the next topic is the transactionality of relationships.
Yeah.
Are relationships all just transactional?
No.
Can they exist without contingency?
Well, I don't like the word transactional. I definitely believe there's give and take.
Right. Which is, going back to the previous topic, reciprocity was a big one for me that I guess wasn't said.
I would use this word instead. Service. I serve my friends when I help them, because they're my friends. Right. I'm not expecting anything in return.
I don't either, but it's good to see in a healthy relationship. Like, bro, I'll buy the next round of shots. Like, it's not a big deal.
Yeah. You never once paid for drugs.
Right.
Hey, but sometimes you gotta put your friend aside and be like, hey, bro, I gotta save this card just in case.
Well, that's different. That's completely different, bro. Like,
but it's not counting though either, bro. It's like, nigga, I don't know how many times.
I know somebody's gonna give me next time, bro. Like, that's how I feel.
Right? Yeah.
You said
well, I don't have to say anything. Yeah. Like, walk into the bar, give him a drink, yeah, and I'll take a bottle of whiskey. Yeah.
Right, and hide it.
He'll have a Pepsi, he'll have a water with lemon in it.
Like, well, you just ordering all our drinks, nigga.
We gonna split this, right? Let me get the rack of ribs.
Lobster on the side.
Hey, for real, bro. I mean, I guess when we're on transactional relationships, this is on topic. These filler words, this is crazy.
Within the context of platonic relationships, romantic, or just any relationship?
It doesn't matter. Like, are there always is relationships always transactional?
Yes.
Yes or no?
This is why. Because...
Well, I work in retail, so I think transactional, it's like you give me money, I give you this, I never see you again.
So transactional is like, how could you not pay for my Uber? I paid for yours last time.
Okay.
Or,
I don't think... They're not always like that.
Well, they're not always like that.
Okay.
But transactionary relationships, what'd you say?
There has to be some reciprocity.
Yeah, that's why it's transactional, right? Equal give, equal sacrifice. Reciprocity. That's a transaction.
Yeah.
That's an exchange. Everything's an exchange.
It's better to give than to receive.
That's...
but when you receive, you're enabling that person to give, too. That's why I think it's rude when you offer someone a gift, like, I don't want it. It's like, I'm trying to give, and you're cutting that down,
It's sales. The first thing I thought about was like one of the first things.
I'll take something good if I don't want it and be like, thank you,
Yeah, like that glass of water that I didn't take a drink out of.
Right? I might go home and put it away, but it's like I'm still going to be like, hey, thanks, man.
So transactional, and I don't know if this is true, but forget who it's from. Maybe fill it in if you know. The problem is not using people, it's using people with ill intent.
Right.
We all use each other for. Nigga, hey, if I need some advice on some finance shit, bro, I'm calling the brokest person I know. No, I'm calling somebody with a finance degree.
Well, there's
you feel me? Like,
well,
what
I would call the broke guy if I needed some tips on how to,
write a cardboard sign.
Yeah, like,
right.
Oh, you're dealing with debt collectors. Do what I do. Hey, I totally remember mailing the check in.
No, do it. I mean, I heard this from a friend. Do nothing.
Don't answer the phone.
Art of War, Sun Tzu. Do nothing.
Transactional, I guess, give and take.
Exactly. Equal give, equal sacrifice, give and take. It's the same thing. Reciprocity.
I wouldn't expect equal,
Yeah, I don't either, but like I also trust that the people will have my, you know what I'm saying? Like reciprocity in the sense that like I know the people that I call friends will have my back.
Yeah. To the best of my ability.
Right.
Some people are in a better position to help me more often than others.
For sure, yeah.
In different situations.
And that's all taken into account as well.
Right.
Which is, I'm sure you guys watching don't agree with a lot of this stuff.
I did not, so. I was going to say, I didn't say equal reciprocity either. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I wouldn't. I
said equal give, equal sacrifice. So and then I said reciprocity with a comma in between those.
So bringing up my uncle again from earlier, that was one of the we're good, by the way, now, but there was a period where we weren't talking because whenever I asked him for help, he would either bring it up that day or later, hold it over my head, and try to make me feel guilty about things whenever I'd ask for help. And it's like, wow, you're really not generous, are you? You give expecting a return,
Yeah, that's the exact, like, transactional relationships. That's the negative.
It put a big strain on our relationship.
So if a relationship is transactional, but if it becomes too transactional, then it ceases to become a healthy relationship.
Yeah, absolutely.
As above, so below, right?
Oh, heck, so I don't do that to my customers.
As above, so below. So you explained your uncle being that's like, you guys had a lot of transactions, but it ended up being him just keeping score, keeping the tally type shit.
Yeah.
Whereas on the positive side of things, somebody brought it up. I don't remember who it was, but they said, one of us said, the mastermind said that you just serve. You just do things for your homies because you can,
Mm-hmm.
And that's the positive side of transactions. Because don't forget that there's that golden ratio.
Yeah, golden
right?
average, golden ratio.
Yeah, as above, so below. There's always a balance of whatever you're dealing with, regardless. So when you think about the negative piece, think about what's the opposite of that. Oh, we get deeper on here. So in romantic relationships specifically now. All right.
Gonna defer a lot here.
Oh, bro, you're gonna recognize this one. Can your or should your significant other be your best friend?
Yeah, well, I just had my mind changed about that recently. I used to think no. I used to think your best friend's got to be someone separate, but then Eric brought up something about his relationship, and then I actually thought about my grandparents' relationship. I was like, yeah, they really should. Yeah. Because you want to share things with your best friend, You want to do stuff with your best friend, Like, what type of relationship would it be if I'm like, hey, honey, I just got a fishing charter to Alaska. I'll see you in a week. Bye. Like, no, come with. Let's go on this adventure. I want to share this with you. Maybe next week she's like, I want to go see, I don't know, this singer. Come with me. And I'm like, I don't want to see him. But no, come with me. Okay.
I don't really have a strong opinion on should your significant other be your best friend. But I definitely agree with you, bro. Like, can they? Absolutely. Like, I don't know that they should be. Like, maybe it works for you if you, like, have a separate platonic best friend. But they at least got to be someone you like hanging out with.
Right?
Somebody you can close your eyes next to.
Right.
You're right.
Like, you going to spend all this goddamn time together. You better like the person.
Better get along.
Yeah.
I need a fingerprint safe for my...
Or you both better like to just argue all the time. Like, I guess that works too.
Party and bullshit.
Yeah. Like, you guys just like talking shit to each other, I guess. Go ahead.
Yeah, if you like throwing plates at each other, all right. As long as someone cleans up afterwards.
You know who that is.
Oh.
Hey, this is for Donald Trump's platform. Bro, so I feel you. I mean, you don't tend to have strong opinions about anything because, you know, you're afraid to offend people. Or you're afraid to offend yourself, maybe, and realize that you're just
There's not one right answer with life, bro. So, like, who am I to tell somebody that they should be your best friend? Like,
well, that's the other
we
thing.
asking you, motherfucker.
That's the other caveat about relationships, right? Whatever works for them doesn't necessarily work for everyone else.
Right. But, you know, we're asking specifically you. I think that's one thing that we got to be clear is, you know, not, okay, of course, there's no one answer. We understand here, right, and hopefully you understand the dynamics.
I was going to say, that's ingrained in my opinion, though. It's like, I know that. So then I can't definitively say that they should be. But they should definitely be somebody, I can tell you they should be somebody you like.
Is your significant other your best friend?
No.
No?
Okay.
Yours is.
Well, yes, she is, but that's leading to my next point. I just wrote down
somewhere. She's one of my best friends.
Here. Right, multiple best friends is what I just wrote down. Like, we're going off the romantic tip, but...
I have multiple best friends.
Exactly. Bro, like, you know, if somebody asked me who my best friend was, like, nigga, don't get it twisted, nigga. Niggas already know who that is, nigga.
There's people that I share...
know, but I love y'all niggas, too. But G's just sitting on a higher cushion than everybody else.
There's people that I share information to for different reasons. And
right.
So, yeah, that's yeah.
There's things I would share with my friends that I wouldn't necessarily share with my girl, vice versa.
Yeah, and there's things I share with you two that I don't share with my buddy Riley.
Right.
But I don't share a lot of stuff with Riley.
Bro, that part.
Cause we share experiences together, you know.
Yeah.
But talking and stuff, I don't go to Riley.
Bro, because experiences is not everything. That's just surface level. That's epidermic. Yeah. It's really the deeper, the feelings of it. You know, what did the memory feel like? What did the energy feel like when you're around this person?
Yeah.
And I guess we're dancing around a lot of shit. I mean, maybe we're not. Maybe this is a dope podcast. But when you leave the surroundings of somebody that, you know, you associate with, you should be feeling positive, uplifted.
Yeah.
You know, like you learned something. You shouldn't be feeling negative and burnt out.
You shouldn't depressed. Be, but it happens.
Right. And you should check that relationship. That's a red flag.
I don't, you know, sometimes you're with someone and it's like, you leave, you're like, man, I'm pissed at him. Or they let you down one day when you really needed them. I can put a bad taste in your mouth.
Shit, red flag.
That is a red flag.
Check.
That is a big red flag.
You'll go to the penalty box.
Yeah.
Nigga, it's a hot box. Nigga, hey, so what you talking about, bro? I was offended last time.
Yellow flag, though, then, right? Yellow card.
Well, I watch soccer.
Well, yes. I was thinking about it when we were talking, when I was, you know, doing pre-production in my head earlier. And it's like, bro, just fuck it. Just red flag. Fuck it. It's probably due to the my girl watching Catfish, and they just only do red flags.
Red flags.
That show is just so negative.
Exactly, bro.
It really is. It's like, damn. You guys are straight up humiliating people.
Yeah, like I literally had to be like, babe, like, you know, have fun, do what you do.
If anyone likes it, that's all you. But man, yeah, right. It's just damn. Just does it ever work out for those people?
It does sometimes, actually.
I'd like to see an episode where that happens.
Bro, I mean, I'm sure she could pinpoint it right down to whatever. But, you know, yeah, it's about having the real relationships, bro. Some of these people get finessed in a way it's like, bro, why do you like this person? Oh, because they asked me how my day was. They paid attention. I understand that. Because, you know, other people's like, hey, what that booty do? You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. You know,
why'd you marry this guy? He gave me a seat on the bus.
Yeah, but it's like, dog, you don't really know what people are doing unless you ask questions. And even if you ask questions, you don't really know if they're telling you the truth.
Well, here's another thing I'll add, too. One of my family members' relationships, they've been on and off now for a while, but this person, he has no other serious relationship to compare it to in his life. So to him, he puts up with a lot of bullshit. He tells us like, oh, it's cool, you know, but watching him and being his family member, it's like we get all the negative fallout, you know, and see how it's hurt his health and his attitude and everything. He doesn't have nothing to compare it to, you know?
And so that's when somebody else should step in and say,
this has got to stop.
Yeah. Or at least like, hey, this is
not
my
cool.
Experience.
Yeah.
If you're comfortable, can I share my experience with you?
And that's hard, too,
you know?
Sometimes to have those type of conversations with people because not everyone's open, you know?
That's why you ask the question. You open it up because you start giving somebody some advice.
Yeah.
It's like, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Like, I've been meaning to tell you this, yeah. Because I care about you.
Right.
You might not like it, but I think you need to hear it.
Need to hear versus want to hear and being comfortable with the response, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't ask questions you don't want to know the answer to, but also be comfortable with the answer that you get when you ask a question, too.
Yeah, listen. Don't get defensive, you know?
Yeah, I mean, listen to know the person, right? Understand the person.
Understand, yeah.
But see, I mean, I guess I said it that way because, nigga, I might get offended, nigga.
Well, when you get offended by something, you choose to be offended.
Yeah, for a second. Can I have a moment?
Yeah.
You know,
Let me react. Jeez, like,
Yeah, let me have...
I can't react. I can't then logically process.
Right.
It's like,
right.
Not an ice cube.
Bro, pretend like I'm, good right now, but no, fuck that, bro. Feel it for a second and be like, yeah, I was mad for a second, my bad. I didn't mean to call you a bitch. I said you was acting like a bitch. That's what I meant to say. No? Okay. I would say cut that out, but honestly, like, I just wanted to, see if my girl watches through these videos. Sensuality versus intimacy.
so I looked up the definitions of both of these.
That's exactly what I wanted to happen. Wow. Oh, chestnut checkers.
And they were more, interestingly enough, they were more similar than I thought there was a differentiator there. Even though I personally thought there was a differentiator.
Are they not synonyms of each other?
They are more synonyms than I thought, though. And what I mean by that is, like, intimate to me was the first two definitions of intimacy, which is close familiarity or friendship, closeness, that's intimacy, a private atmosphere. But the third one is an intimate act, especially sexual intercourse.
Okay.
Sensuality is the enjoyment, expression, or pursuit of physical, especially sexual pleasure.
So getting your rocks off together.
Sensuality is more sexy than...
Well, you can have an intimate relationship with someone that's platonic.
I was going to say...
My relationship with my grandpa is a very intimate relationship.
I thought intimate was more platonic than sensual was platonic. I would never say that I have a sensual relationship with you,
bro.
But I might have an intimate relationship with the both of you. You know what I'm saying? That's how I use those
Pride
words.
Month, though.
Yeah, hey, go out and be you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Be you. I'm just saying.
Be you. Yeah.
Go out.
I don't have the whole identity like you guys. So this is interesting. You said that sensuality was more sexual than you realized?
It was, bro, because I thought sensuality was more so kind of like similar to intimacy, but without the sexual intent. But then the definition that you read, 2 definitions down, it was different. So I was like, what year is this Webster? Is this Webster? You know what I mean? Because the definitions change the deeper you go or the more present tense you get in time. But I'm glad we looked it up, though, in general, because it's important to know the definitions, and what's more important, though, right? Sensuality, intimacy. I would say it's more important to be present, which is intimate.
Intimacy.
I was gonna say, if we're just taking the first two definitions, intimacy is definitely something that I find helpful in all my relationships.
Yeah,
for sure.
There's gotta be a level of trust to be intimate with someone too. Like being able to confide it with someone, something that you might have a problem telling to other people. Right. That's trust,
Right.
Yeah. And how many times has somebody broken your trust and you're still cool? Or how long did it take to get back cool? All right. So do you have / what are your expectations of your relationships? And then some examples are financial, marriage. Thank you. Financial, marriage, intimacy, growth.
Well, I'm not a big fan of marriage, so I don't expect that.
Yeah, I'm not paying for no love.
Yeah, if anything, I expect the opposite. Don't want to get married.
Got it. I don't care either way, but if my partner wants to be married, then I'm cool with that too.
Yeah, it might change though. Like I said, time passes, things change. This is me talking now, so.
Right.
But as of right now,
I'm not I see the downfalls of it, but just the I still do have a traditional view of marriage in the sense that like, yo, bro, like you're committed to a partnership for real. Like,
do you know what the word commitment means? You know,
right,
like,
yeah,
commitment means if you really care about me 100%, you're gonna do this prenup because
right.
If you're balling, you know, like,
right.
I'm joking, but yeah, bro.
I mean, have those things in place, but also talk with your partner about that. Like, I think we're also, and this kind of goes with the red flag thing, bro. Like, a lot of the internet right now and a lot of what's talked about in relationships is just the bad, and we as a society like that because we like messy things.
Yeah.
Drama, yeah.
Like we're all attracted to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's why we watch Divorce Court and we watch these things. And it's like it is still like, bro, it's a coin flip, right? Like that's what marriage statistics have said.
Well, I would even take it a step further. Me personally, you know, in real life, you happy young couple, you know, they're taking pictures, they're out hiking. It's like everything's just great. I like seeing them 4 or 5 years later. Like, you want the salt? Like,
right?
You should already know,
right? You already know this is my salt, like,
bro. Hey, she want to know if they got the Mazzetta's habanero hot sauce. Did you want some salt? Of course you want some salt. You see this melody right here,
right? I'm like, there we go.
But you should know it though.
I guess once they get past that honeymoon stage, it's like, okay, now you see more realistic, you know?
Right.
Bro, yeah, sun comes up.
That seems a little bit more relatable, you know?
Yeah.
You're past that Disney phase.
Bro, like Cloud9 is just getting back down to earth and realizing that it's better to see a clear day from the ground.
I mean, yeah, for a long, bro, like I totally get that people get married too early, like, and that's still
hell yeah.
Yeah. People get married too early, people get married too young. Like,
bro, people get married in an oversexed society. Sorry.
People get married that haven't even gone camping together, you know?
Ashley Madison documentary. Look at that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
bro, like, oh, now you're married, huh?
Yeah.
You know he snores, right?
Right. Yeah, nothing like trying to fall asleep faster than a snore.
Right. We both snore.
But like melatonin, 2 pills, I'm gonna take 4.
Snort a light of Benadryl.
I wonder. Yeah, nah, bro. But
I'm gonna take 4.
My answer is gonna be, since I cut you off, I'm just gonna be short. What are your expectations of your relationships? Enough.
Oh, is that funny?
We'll be right back.
Bro.